Hey guys, Golden Bricks, and welcome to my first LEGO Star Wars review in a pretty long time. Today we are going to be looking at set number 75345. It's the 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack. It comes with 119 pieces, 4 minifigures, and it is ages 6 and up. The first thing we're going to take a look at here is the box art. This is pretty classic for the more recent LEGO Star Wars art. We have the line right here that splits the design in the top corner with the graphic on the front. In the graphic, we see a pretty empty field with some background detailing above the build. And we have our figures all in the photo, and then we have one of our figures manning the cannon in the set. It's also showing the playability feature with this turret laser that you can load into the build. And then in the top corner, we have the black LEGO Star Wars design that kind of wraps around the side. On the box, we have our figures in the bottom right corner with their names. We got a 501st Clone Specialist, 501st Officer, and 2 501st Heavy Troopers. So that kind of wraps up the front of the box nicely. On this side, our black design goes to the bottom left corner from the top left of the front side. We have a 20th anniversary little icon here for Star Wars The Clone Wars. We have our set number, LEGO logo, Star Wars logo, and then the same image we have on the front in the bottom left here. So that's kind of that side. On the top, we have a minifig scale for the 501st Clone Specialist. On this side, we just have some of the standard LEGO logo with the LEGO app icon. And bottom is the barcode and all the stuff like that. One of the things about this set I like is the back. I like how it's an uninterrupted photo. We have our little push tab here to open it. We have our figures kind of lined up in a different way, and we have one of our clones getting ready to load up the turret. LEGO logo, Star Wars logo on the top right, set number, and then here's some of the playability features in this little box right here. So without further ado, let's get right into the actual set. All right, so here's our completed set. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the minifigures. We're going to start with the Clone Specialist minifigure. Starting off with his legs, he has the same legs as the other clones in the battle pack, aside from the clone 501st Officer, but we'll get into that. The torso is also the same with that triangular blue icon in the center chest, except he has a small yellow marking that signifies that he is a clone specialist. His arms are solid blue, and on the back he has a standard clone trooper back printing. His helmet is also a standard 501st helmet. When I say standard, I mean the new version, not the 2013 version. He has the helmet holes for his specialist little visor piece. The visor piece is actually a really cool design that they recently came out with. It's very accurate to clones in the TV shows and movies. It's really for some long range sort of tracking and stuff like that. So it looks great on this guy, and I think they did a really good job. And then he has a long rifle to signify, I guess, like a sniper. And yeah, so it's a cool figure, pretty simple. He's basically a standard 501st clone, except he has his little visor and his yellow marking. The next figure that we're going to take a look at is the 501st Officer. On his legs, he has a printed waist cape. These are not the greatest. It's just a little line on the side here. It's something that fans have been asking for a while, is to have actual waist capes. Because this is kind of a little bit of a lazy way to signify a waist cape. I would rather them just not include a waist cape at all, but you can see right there, he's got these little navy blue lines on the side. So that is what makes his leg printing a little different than the others. He also has this blue belt right here, which I think is a nice touch. And then he still has the triangular design on his center torso right there. The back is a little bit different than the standard back. He's got the blue belt instead of the white, and then the blue center piece in the center of his back. His helmet, standard, with the helmet holes, and he's got his little range finder thing right here that you can move down, and he can use it to see where the enemy is. I guess, as you can see, they pop off pretty easily. So I'll put that back on in a minute. And then he has the standard clone trooper head, along with the specialist also had the standard head. I'm not sure if I showed that last time. So these aren't terrible figures. They're good to lead the 501st armies that I'm sure everybody is building. So it's a nice variation. Finishing off the battle pack, we have two 501st Heavy clone troopers, and these are probably my favorite as they're the most detailed in the battle pack. So starting off, the legs standard to the rest of the 501st clones. The coolest part is probably the torso. They have like an ammo belt going across their chest, some blue detailing, a white belt, and then they have this black piece in the top left that's supposed to look like it wraps around to the backpack, which is a buildable backpack, by the way, with this really nice printed backpack piece on the back. So that's it's great detailing for a battle pack. It's something I wish that they would do with the waist capes and some other small things. But moving on to the helmet, it's actually a little bit different than the normal 501st helmet. It has these two lines right here, kind of to signify that they are heavy troopers. And then they have their little visor right here that you can put up and down, so that just makes them look pretty awesome. And then they have the little blaster right here, the like extended sort of pistol looking grip blaster. It's supposed to be for like heavy troopers, big bulkier blaster for them, and you can make them stand looking like they're holding it with two hands, which is awesome. So they just kind of look better when they are being displayed. All right, so the final thing we're going to look at here is the build of the set. It's a cannon build, which honestly reminds me of some of the older battle packs way back then, when they used to come with the little cannons and stuff that the figures can sit on. So the first thing is that you can put a figure on the side in this little area, so you could sit him there. You can also move the cannon to a little bit, the head of the cannon back a little bit if you want, or forward to kind of straighten it out. There's a flick missile right here. I'm sure we all know how those work. You flick it and it shoots out. I'm not going to do that right now so we don't lose that piece. Other than really tilting the head forward and back, you can't spin it or anything. The only thing you can turn is the legs right here. So you can I guess adjust the position you want the legs to be. So if you want to do something like that, you can do that. You can raise your cannon up and down off the ground by adjusting these pieces right here. So let's do that. Let's put our cannon all the way in the air. So yeah, you could do that if you want. So basically you can raise it up and down with using the legs. And you can tilt the head back and forth, but you can't spin it or anything. It's not really the end of the world. And then you have this clear piece on the bottom that I guess I'm not really sure why they included that when there's legs to stabilize it, but you could always take that off. Other than that, I mean, it's a nice looking build. Aside from these two yellow studs right there that kind of stick out, yeah, that would be the only really complaint I have. And then there's a little gap right here, but yeah, so that was just because I didn't push it in all the way. But yeah, so not a bad looking cannon. I like the dark red detailing. So yeah, I mean, standard battle pack build. I have nothing to really complain about here. And you get some nice pieces that if you want to break the set down and use it for something else, you get some solid pieces. So yeah. All right, so here's our final set. We went over the minifigures and the build. This set also retails for $20 on Lego.com. And considering that, I'm going to give this set an 8 out of 10. That pricing being the biggest reason for this 8 out of 10 rating. It's just, that is what a battle pack should cost, is $20, I feel, with 4 minifigures and a small build. And this is really the last set or the last battle pack with clones that has been priced at that price point. So yeah, I mean, I think 8 out of 10 is good. The minifigs add some variety to clone armies. If you're building like a 501st army, now you have some specialty clone troopers to throw in there. So yeah, I mean, you have these 3 versions of 501st clones. You have the standard 501st clone. You got some jetpack 501st clones now, so there's a lot of variation. I do think this should be the last 501st battle pack that they make for a while. It's kind of, I know a lot of people think it was unnecessary to have a second battle pack, but I don't mind it at all. I like these specialty clones. But yeah, I feel like if this set came out today though, they would probably add some droids to it, toss in some more parts, and then price it at like $40. So that's the biggest reason that it is an 8 out of 10 for me, because it is just the same as like a classic battle pack, and that's what these battle packs should be. So yeah, I bought a ton of these, and you'll be seeing them in my clone army. Let me know what set you want me to review next. I know this is a little bit outdated, but I had to start somewhere with the reviews. But yeah, let me know what you think of this set in the comments. Give me your out of 10 rating. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.